Hey guys, I'm Ashley from ReloGeek.com and founder of Relo Academy, an auto transport broker training course designed to take your business from rookie to pro in as little as 8 weeks. And you're watching our weekly edition of Chalk Talk, the place to be for actionable business tips to create freedom in both life and business the right way. And today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the correlation between freight brokering and auto transport brokering. Since I've told people that the open enrollment for Relo Academy, which is an auto transport broker training course that I created, is open, I've been getting tons of emails asking me, is this the same thing as freight brokering? So I decided that instead of just having to write all these emails and continue to write these emails to everybody that's asking, that I would just create a short video that's going to explain to you guys the relationship between being a freight broker and an auto transport broker, and just to help you better understand the industry. And maybe I'll touch on a little bit about getting into this business. So if this is something that you're interested in watching, then definitely keep listening. Okay, so first let's start with this. A freight broker is the middleman between a client or a shipper and the carrier. It's your job as a freight broker to find a reliable carrier to move whatever freight that the client is trying to move or the shipper is trying to move. In order to be an auto transport broker, you have to be a freight broker. An auto transport broker is just a specialized area of freight brokering. So instead of doing general freight such as palletized loads, stuff like Walmart or Best Buy or Target, you're going to actually focus specifically on moving client vehicles or corporate cars or dealership cars. But the point is, you're going to move vehicles. When you're a general freight broker, you can move anything from electronics to produce to oversized loads to cars to boats, whatever it is. I like in the industry, there's an old saying that says, if you have it, it was there by a truck, or something to that effect. Anything that you have in your house, it had to get here from somewhere, and it was here by truck. So the point is that the world revolves around trucking, the trucking industry. And when there's a trucking industry, there's always going to be freight brokers and somebody that just set up the shipment between the client's goods and wherever it's going. So to answer your question, is there a difference between freight broker and auto transport brokering? No. To be an auto transport broker, you have to have your freight brokering license. Now, you can be a freight broker and not specialize in auto transport. Again, this is a personal decision that you have to make. Now, the other question that I've been getting is freight brokering right for me? Now, when you specialize in auto transport, I'm going to tell you this from experience. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier for you to jump into the auto transport industry and make money right away. Whereas when it comes to freight brokering, in order to jump into that, and I don't want to say that industry where you guys are thinking that it's two separate things. But if you're not specializing in auto transport and you're just doing general freight, it's going to be a lot harder because you have to get out there, knock on doors, and try to convince these people to choose you to move billions of dollars worth of freight and trust you. And as a new company, it's going to just be a lot harder. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. But I highly recommend, and it's not because I teach auto transport brokering, but I highly recommend that if you're considering freight brokering, then you definitely want to think or consider the idea of at least starting out in auto transport brokering. What this would do is get you used to the whole brokering industry. It's easier to learn and it's easier to make money right out the gate. To be just a freight broker, general freight broker, you're going to have a lot of capital because you're going to have to pay these drivers for moving this freight before you even get paid. Whereas the difference is when you specialize in auto transport, these clients are paying you right away, straight out the gate. So there's a big difference there. So if you don't have that capital, or if you don't have good enough credit to go to your bank and ask for $200,000 to $300,000 worth of a credit line, then you're definitely going to want to consider maybe starting an auto transfer broker and get used to dealing with carriers. Understand the trucking industry as a whole, understanding how the whole process works between you, your client, and then the carrier. And once you get good at that, then you can jump into just general freight brokering and build your business. And the first thing that I want to suggest while we're on that topic is, if that's what you're planning to do, you're going to want to sit down and really create a game plan for this. You're really going to want to think about it. And I talk about this in my training camp, and I've talked about this on Facebook a lot with my audience, with you guys. But for those of you that are new here, your business name is going to be key here, because if your idea is to be a freight broker, and you definitely don't want to start your business under, I don't know, Premier Auto Shipping or Canon Auto Movers. Like, you don't want to do that. You're going to want a basic name. So definitely think about this first. Think about where you want to see your business and set up a game plan and stick to it. I mean, I know that I teach people not to necessarily, your game plan is not set in stone, but when it comes down as it pertains to your name, when you pick a name, you have to stick with it, because trust me, from experience, changing a name is like the most stressful thing you will ever go through. So I hope that helped clear up the understanding about the difference between being an auto transfer broker and a freight broker. And just as a recap, an auto transfer broker is just a specialized niche within the freight brokering industry as a whole. And again, if you want to be a freight broker, I would definitely recommend you consider becoming an auto transfer broker. And if you don't know anything about the auto transfer industry and you really want to learn more, and this sounds intriguing, or maybe you love cars, or whatever it is with your connection with auto transport, I set up an auto transfer broker playbook that's going to do everything that you need from start to finish, and in between, everything in between. You're going to learn how to build a website. You're going to learn how to create your own logo in 3 days. You're going to learn how I created a website in 24 hours. You're going to learn my top secrets for converting clients, and not only converting them, getting them to become your raving fans. And most importantly, you're going to learn the ins and outs of starting and running a successful auto transfer business. So if you're interested in that, head on over to ReloAcademy.com and you can read all about everything that's going to be covered in this course. And if you get on now, you're going to get it at a very, very good early enrollment rate. So head on over to ReloAcademy.com. Now, if you're not ready to jump right on into the training program or into any type of auto transport at all, or freight brokering, then you want to hear more about the business or learn little things here and there, then head on over to ReloGeek.com/ReloAcademy and sign up for the free training camp. This is where I send you actionable business tips. I send you videos like this one where you will learn the ins and outs of an auto transfer business over a period of time. So head on over there, sign up for that list if you want, if that's something that you're interested in. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos, to like these videos, to comment on these videos, and most importantly, to share these videos. If you know somebody that might be interested in freight brokering, or looking to start their own business, or want to be location independent, then definitely share this video with them on one of your favorite social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever it is, even Pinterest if you want. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.